Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to discuss about support and resistance. What is a support and resistance? How to trade using a support and resistance. So let's get into the topic. What is a support? Support is the area where more buyers come in and push the prices upwards. Whereas the resistance is the area where more sellers come in and push the prices downwards. Support is known as the supply zone and resistance is known as the demand zone. So let's take an example. Let's say Reliance hitting a level of 1700. Okay, so whenever Reliance hits that point, it is 1700 level, it gets pushed up. That is when the stock falls from a higher level, let's say from 2000, whenever this stock falls and touches this point, it gets pushed up. Some specialty about that point, right? So let's get into charts. This is the Reliance daily time frame chart. So you can see whenever the stock falls from the higher levels, when this level has been tested, there is an upward movement from this area. So this is the 1700 zone. So you can see whenever the stock tests this area, there was an up movement. So this is what a support means. This is the area where the more buyers come in and push the prices upwards. So this is what a support means. That is, whenever a price hits some point or some zone, it gets higher and higher. Okay, this support is also called as supply zone. So next is a resistance. Resistance is the area where more sellers come in and push the prices downwards. Okay, this is also called as the demand zone. Let's take the same example, the Reliance hitting the 2540 level. Okay, so whenever the stock hits that level or that point, the stock gets fall. Okay, so which means that point has something like some specialty. So whenever this price comes to that point, the stock gets fall. So this is the resistance area. Okay, let's look at the chart. This is the Reliance 15-minute time frame chart. As you can see, whenever the stock touches this level, that is 2540 level, there is a downward movement. So guys, this is what a resistance means. That is the area where more sellers come in and push the prices downwards. Another thing you need to note while looking for a support and resistance is support and resistance is not an line, it's a whole zone. That is, we cannot say, let's say this 1700 is a support or a 2540 is a resistance. We cannot exactly tell this point is a resistance or support. We can only predict that zones or that areas where this, that is let's say that 2540 is a resistance area, which means not exactly that 2540, that nearby areas is also a resistance zone. So we should note while checking for this support and resistance. Means that whole zone will be a support and resistance. Another thing we need to note is for a support and resistance to get marked, the support or resistance point should be more than 3. Then only we can mark this support and resistance. I guess you guys have got a short idea of what a support and resistance is. So let's discuss how to trade this support and resistance. Okay, so let's consider this support. So in the support, whenever the bullish pattern comes near to a support, we can initiate a bullish trade. Okay, so we can buy the stock whenever, say we have taken that Reliance example, right? So near 1700 level, we have identified that this level is an support area. Whenever the Reliance hits that 1700 level, we can initiate a bullish trade depending upon the candles and patterns which supports the bull trade. So likewise, we can also trade the resistance levels by looking for bearish patterns or bearish candles, and we can initiate a bearish trades. So the next is the longer the time gap between 2 points, it's more likely to follow the last point. That is, let's take an example. That is, whenever the last point and the coming point is at a very large interval, it's more likely to follow the support point and retraces back. That is, whenever the stock falls to 1700 level, let's take that Reliance example. Whenever the stock falls to 1700 level, it gets pushed up. Next time that gap is very huge, then it tries to follow this support level and it retraces back. It's same as the resistance level. Longer the time gap, it's more likely to follow the levels. This is completely dependent upon human psychology. Think as yourself as a let's say a buyer. So whenever the stock hits let's say 2-3 months before, while you are using a daily time frame, and 2-3 months before you have seen that 1700 level have been tested, so you will be probably think as yourself, you will be probably tend to buy this stock at 1700 level, right? So that's what that time gap signifies. And this, longer the time gap, the more, according to psychology, more human minds will be waiting for this level, 1700 level, and they will push the prices upwards. So that is the logic behind this time gap. So next thing you need to know about the support and resistance level is, let's take this example. Whenever a ball comes and hits this scale, that is, first time it gets bent little, and the next time it gets bent little more. So the number of times the ball hits this level, the weaker the scale gets. So this is same as in the case of support and resistance level. Whenever the support is tested 3 or 4 times, the support gets weaker and weaker. So finally it gets break. So that also you should consider while like looking for a support or resistance, and that also you can use this method to trade. So guys, more number of times the support and resistance level is tested, the levels get weaker and weaker. I hope you understood what a support and resistance is and how to trade using support and resistance. So thank you. Bye bye.